All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Beauty and Brawn. Apparently, my partner is late, like always, so here I am. What is up, everybody? We are live. It is 4th of July. That it is 4th of July. I've been on the road for about 5 days, so I am extremely tired, but I am here. Hopefully you guys are all having a good 4th of July and a safe 4th of July. Because that's very important. Don't mess around with fireworks and get your hand blown off. Because that's bad. All right? I've seen that so many times where people get their hands blown off. Just 5 minutes late. No big deal, I guess.
That's actually really good for me. Especially on Independence America. America.
Can you shut that door, please? Thank you.
Hold on, man.
We're already live.
I'm coming.
We're already live.
Chat live.
Yeah,
Ready?
everything's up and going. Everybody's enjoying their 4th of July.
Except for us.
Except for us. So that's okay,
How
though.
come?
I don't know. I'm tired. You know.
There it is.
So. And this big ass fucking head in the way. Boom.
What's up, man?
Hello.
Long time no see.
It's been a week.
It's been 2 weeks, no? It's been 2 weeks.
Okay, it's been like 2 weeks. So, but like what?
Lord, thank you for this protein, help to bless our bodies, make us leaner, more muscular. Thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
There we go. Now, like I said before, don't fuck around and find out with fireworks. Just make sure you guys come back with all your fingers, because fireworks will fuck you up.
Especially
Right.
the ones these people buy nowadays.
Oh, jeez.
Those big M80s and shit.
Bro, it always goes off behind. Like, it scares the shit out of my dog. Right? And it's been going off for, it always happens like a couple weeks before. Not a couple weeks, but a couple days before. And these people behind my place have, it's like a gosh darn war zone. And things are just blowing up constantly. And it's scaring the shit out of my dog. It's shaking my house. And it only comes around once a year. One time it was like a concussion grenade. Like, legit on a shoot. Like, I got out of the car, it went off, and I got fucking dizzy from it. Like, I seriously thought it was like a concussion grenade.
Really?
Yeah, it was
big.
It was fucking huge. You know? That's what she said. You know? This is what happens if you show up on time. Shit would be ready to go. But, yeah, I literally got home today, about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. So yeah, here I am. Yay.
Do you know that this day, 155 million hot dogs are going to be consumed by fat fucks all across the world?
And half of them were in New York.
In that the eating
Doing
contest.
the
hot dog
eating contest.
right? What's the record now? I think 60 something.
Something like that. Joe, the winner.
Jaws.
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 Is it
Joey Jaws.
Joey, is it that what he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won again. I always miss it. Every year I miss it. Like, it's on ESPN.
Right.
But I always miss it.
It's
And
not important, man.
I like competitive eating, though. Like, I really like watching competitive eaters.
Do you watch YouTube competitive eating?
I do.
Do you ever watch mukbangs? You know what mukbang
No,
is?
what
When
is
people
it?
put food in front of them and they eat for the camera. They just eat a bunch of food in front
Isn't
of
that
the
like
camera.
ASMR?
No, ASMR is when you do it and you like make those little sounds on the microphone.
Oh, no.
You don't know what ASMR is?
I know what ASMR, but like people that sit there and eat in front of the camera, like
That's mukbang.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that. No,
Yeah.
I just watch them. Like, I have to take this burrito down in 30 minutes or less, and I win. And like, I like watching like Matt Stoney and like, you know, Randy Santel and
I don't know any of these names. They're like competitive eaters.
they're all competitive eaters. Yeah. Beard versus Food is really good. He's out of like England. Who else? Katina eats kilos.
It's got to be a genetic. There's got to be a genetic component attached to it that you're able to eat that much.
But there's this guy, and what is his name? It's gonna blow my mind because he's like one of my favorite ones. And I can't think of his name right now. It's Joel Henson. Dude, the guy's a fitness competitor, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's lean, dude, just lean and mean. This guy puts away so much food. So much food. Like, I don't know where he puts it.
Is he intermittent fast?
I'm guessing he would have to, yeah. I don't know.
Or he just does it on cheat meal days, eats a lot of food on cheat meal days.
He just eats so much food. Like, and these guys are making these platters bigger and bigger and bigger to see if he can take them down. And he'll fucking take them down and talk to you while having a like conversation while fucking just fucking taking this shit down, dude. Like,
that takes talent.
Dude, I told him that he's got to, I sent him a message. I was like, yo, because he comes through San Luis Obispo sometimes, right? I told him, you got to take the Hoagies challenge. He would fucking, he would mop the floor with it.
Yeah, no
mop
problem.
the fucking floor with it. But still, like, he's got to take the Hoagies challenge, So
either it's a lot of food, or we're just bitches when it comes to eating food, and we need to have a compare and contrast with other people that can really put down food, or it's a lot of food by anybody's standards. I don't know, man.
I want to see you go against a competitive eater, because you have that competitive. You really have that competitive, like, no one don't fuck with me. I'm alpha. Blah 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 blah. My name's Justin, right?
I don't ever say my name's Justin.
But I'm just blah 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 blah.
Okay.
I'm alpha. Everybody else are betas and they're bitches, right?
No, it's not true. I don't think that. I don't say that. Wow.
I want you to go. I want you to go against a competitive eater, and just because I know that competitive edge will come out of you, and to the point of like,
I'll throw up like I did last time. I'll take it to the edge.
You'll take it to the edge, right? But you'll try to keep up with him as well, and try to go bite for bite with him because that's how competitive you are. And I think it would be
sure. It's not a good thing, dude.
I think it would be so. Number one, I think it would be cool to watch. Okay, and I think it would be fucking hilarious.
One or two things gonna happen. I'm either gonna keep up or I'm gonna get mopped up by him or her. I'm either gonna get annihilated or I'm gonna keep up, man.
They're just fucking smashing the burrito. You take it like one bite. You're like, what am I even doing here? Like, why is this even a thing right now?
Yeah, that one eating challenge is just it kind of has me having horrific memories of what happened mentally in that,
Yeah.
And I don't know, either it's a lot of food or I'm just a bitch when it comes to food. And I thought I had what it takes.
It was a lot of food, dude. It was like 6 pounds, like 6 or 7 pounds.
It was 6.5 pounds.
Yeah.
But still, it's like.
But to a competitive eater, that's a snack.
I don't know. Well, then that means that it's not a lot of food. Then we'll see, man. I mean,
that's a snack.
We would have to compare it, and we would have to actually do a battle.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I'm not really that competitive with things that I don't care about. Things that I care about, I'm competitive with. But I'm not competitive against I'm not really competitive against the person next to me. I'm competitive with myself because that's far more important to me, being competitive with myself. I don't ever want to come up short to myself. And that's the reason that's why it makes it look like I'm competitive with someone else. But I like, for example, I've never been the person that tries to lift more weight than the person next to me. I'm not that. To me, that's emotional.
Yeah.
That's a beta-esque component. Trying to lift more weight than the person next to you. That's emotional because you're feeling some type of way about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, that has no bearing on me what people do next to me. It's all about what I'm doing, and if I know I could do better, that's where that side comes out. That's where that competitive edge comes. It's from me not wanting to be weak or like a bitch, period.
Did I tell you about the 65-year-old guy in the gym? Did I tell you about this? Oh, fuck. So I was finishing up legs, and this older comes in short, stocky, right? Blue jeans, white T-shirt, goes to the squat rack, puts a wheel on each side, hits it, boom. Puts 2 wheels on each side, hits it, boom. 3 wheels.
Goes to 5 wheels, right? We'll shorten the story.
He goes to 465.
Okay.
And he goes, hey, man, can you give me a spot? And I'm like, sure. Why not? And I'm watching him out of the corner of my eye because if he dumps this and he fucking has a heart attack, I want to make sure that like I could call for help. You know what I'm saying? He unracks this shit in blue jeans, hits fucking depth, pops back up, puts it back, and he's like 65 fucking years old, man. And I'm like, yo, mad respect, dude.
Did he smell like cigarette smoke?
I don't remember his.
Because there's a guy that was a competitive powerlifter and still is to this day.
Yeah.
And he brags about being 60 years old and deadlifting, 500, 600, 700 pounds, squatting, he's benching. He's the big three guy. He's bench, deadlift, and squat.
Yeah.
And I've spoke to him a couple times, and I knew him 10 years back.
He has like a buzz cut.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know him.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
He's fat.
Yeah, he's got power belly.
Yeah, belly.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember him from years back, and he also remembers me. And I came in the gym, or I was in the gym one day, and I saw him. It was out of the blue, like after at least 8-9 years, he moved to Minnesota or something.
Minnesota.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey man," crazy. He remembered me, and I remembered him, but I didn't remember his name. And he just told me his whole back or what happened, how he hasn't been here for a while, and he smelled like cigarette smoke. He still smokes and shit. Bad habits die young or die hard, dude. And that's like he's a competitive power lifter, and he was talking about I gotta get rid of this gut, man, and blah blah blah, but he's more into the strength side of things.
Yeah.
He's not into like the physique side of things. You're the one or you're the other, dude. Unless you're gifted with very good genetics and you respond very favorably to being a powerlifter in the physique realm too. Some people do that. Some people have that genetic disposition where they can just stick to like the basic lifts and grow proportionate.
Yeah.
And be good.
Yeah, then it's probably the same guy that you're talking about. But yeah, man, he's
a big deadlifter too. He's stronger. He's way stronger as deadlifts.
I didn't see him deadlift. He just came in, dude. He just started stacking on wheels, dude. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, where did this guy come from? Who are you? Right? I thought he was with the because they always have those ex-military guys that are in like group home, I guess would be the best way to put it. They always come in and they do like 45-minute workouts, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the guys, he's nice and jacked up, and he's like the leader of them. And he gets in there, and when he's going, I just move out of his way because he only short time. So I'm just like, yeah, get your shit, go do your thing, right? And some of them, like one of the ladies, like sits on the bike. She has a dog, and she passed out one time in the gym. They had to call 911. It was weird.
No.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm doing fucking cardio. Next thing I know, like I'm looking out the window, right? I'm doing cardio, looking out the window, and the fire truck pulls up, and I'm like, why is a fire truck here? And I'm just kind of just doing my thing. Next thing you know, the ambulance pulls up behind it. I'm like, why is there I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I look back, and there's people like literally behind me, like from me to you, surrounding this girl that's on the floor. I'm oblivious, and I'm just sitting there just doing cardio, do. And they came and had to fucking take her out. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then so like they're all like ex-military, and then they like are in like recovery and stuff. Like I'm not 100% sure, but
recovery from what?
Probably addiction, because like PTSD, like some people get addiction issues through like PTSD and stuff like that. So because they've been through like war and you've been through some pretty hard shit, So but yeah, no, I thought he was part of that group, but apparently not. He's just some older 65-year-old guy who just comes in there and just fucking yokes his shit all over people and fucking walks his happy ass on out. So
depression's a weird thing, dude.
It is. It's very weird.
I don't.
It's a real thing.
What do you think makes people depressed?
Traumatic things that's happened in their lives that they can't forget about.
And so, how does that make them depressed?
It makes them depressed because sometimes something will trigger that feeling, that emotion, that like being yelled at as a kid, right? And being, and this is just a scenario, right? Say a kid, every time he did something wrong, saying like he didn't put a certain dish a certain way, or he didn't shut a cabinet door a certain way, or whatever the fuck, he would get his ass whooped, right? PTSD, right? So now subconsciously they have to do that, or they feel like they're going to be punished.
Is that depression though?
It can lead to depression. Absolutely. It leads to depression because sooner or later your mind will start playing fucking tricks on you because you have to do this, but you know that there's not going to be any consequences if you don't do it. So
Isn't that anxiety?
it is anxiety, but it also can drop you down into a depressive state as well. You know, traumatic things that happen, like my father passing when I was 12 and I didn't have a male figure around, right? And one thing that I beat myself up to this day is I didn't go and see him when he died. You know, I had the opportunity to go in and say goodbye to him, and I didn't. You know, and that's very depressing to me. You know, I didn't have a great childhood. You know, wasn't blessed with your family that you had. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have some pretty bad demons in my head from the shit that I fucking went through when I was a kid that I have to try to suppress somehow, or they come up, and when they come up fucking hard. You know what I mean? So when I lost my job with Ring of Honor, I fell into a depressive state because I worked so hard for something, and I let my depression take over my hard work. And for some people, when they're depressed, they look for an outlet, right? Not always the best outlet. It could be, for me, it was food. For a while, it was alcohol and drugs. And then when I got sober, it was food. So when I get depressed and everybody has good days, everybody has bad days. It's just legit. Like, you have good days, you have bad days. It's just legit, right? Sometimes people don't know how to have the good days outweigh the bad days. A lot of the bad days outweigh the good days. So they always feel like they're in some kind of depressive mode, some kind of depressive state. Weather can put somebody in a depressive state. The gloominess that we've had lately could put somebody in a depressive state. That's why, like, in Washington, I don't know if you know this or not, but in Washington,
in Seattle
area, is like the leader of suicide.
Yeah.
Because of the depressive state, because it's always raining all the time. It's always gloomy. It's always, you know.
So with what you just said, it seems like there's two lines of depression. And I look at depression as it's a one blanket thing. Mm-hmm. But the way you drew it out, it's almost like there's two types. Mm-hmm. There's the momentary, and then there's the chronic depressive state. And the chronic depressive state stems from things that you have no dictation over because you're young. They happen when you're young, etc. And they kind of bleed into your life, your adulthood, and or if things of traumatic, hugely traumatic things happen when you're an adult, like let's say for example, your entire family dying in a car crash.
Right.
And okay. But when you're talking, and that's you could say that there is a reason why somebody would act a certain way if those were the dice that were, or the cards that were given to them, right? Mm-hmm. But then you talk about a day of being gloomy outside, mm-hmm. and something happening and it causing you to absolve yourself of any responsibility and the right choices, and then do something because it is a cardinal desire of yours to take part in, like food, alcohol, or whatever the fuck, okay? Yeah. In that regard, would you agree that it's more so about your choices and that you have a direct effect right now over what your choice could be right now based on the momentary depressive state, and I'm using air quotes here, that you're in, apart from something that was so traumatic that deserves you seeking therapy, counsel, etc. When you're waking up and it's gloomy outside, you have a choice to make, right? You don't have a choice to make if you wake up and you remember your entire family dying in a car crash 2 days ago.
Right.
You don't have that choice. That happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when it comes to something that's fairly futile and you have no jurisdiction over, like the weather, why would you make an ill choice to further your mentality into a slumper?
I get what you're saying, but sometimes the mind is and I understand that sometimes you can control your mind, and I totally agree with you, because the mind is a muscle, right? You can control your muscle, you can control your mind, right? But sometimes people let the mind win.
Sure.
You know? And with that being said, is the mind sometimes will overpower certain things, and the mind will play tricks on you from what you see out your eyes, that gloominess, right? The gloomy day, the minute you wake up, you see the gloomy day, right? All of a sudden, that depressive state just falls into you, right? Some days when I'm going through like a depressive state, I shut my phone off, I shut the world off. I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want to deal with anything, I don't want to do, and that's okay. That's okay to do. People do that. It's okay to shut off from the world if that's what you feel like you need to do.
Sure.
Yeah. But like like what you're saying is why would you let pretty much what you're saying is why would you let the weather kind of dictate how you're feeling?
Well, that's just one illustration.
Yeah. But
based on the weather, other things like you didn't maybe something happened that was a negative thing in the beginning of the day. You don't let it ruin your day. You don't let it ruin your outlook on the rest of the day and all the other tasks you have to complete. Some
people allow it to control them. And
what would you say to those people? What kind of people are they?
They're just people, man. Like they're just people. Like people.
How would you categorize them?
I wouldn't call them weak or anything like that. It's just how sometimes things just keep happening in a bad day. Like it just happens. Like you wake up and you stub your toe and you're just like fuck. All right, I'm not going to allow that to, and then you go and you break your favorite glass. And you're just like, well, shit. No, I guess I'm not going to allow that to, ruin my day. And then like things just constantly keep building. You're just like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go to bed and I'll just fucking wake up tomorrow and I'll fucking figure it out tomorrow. Which is totally okay to do. Hey, I'm going to chalk this one up to a bad day and just continue. Chalk this one up to the fucking bad day. I'm going to bed. I'm going to wake up. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. It happens. Like, not everything fucking falls into place. Every single fucking day. You probably run into roadblocks all the time. I don't know if you do. I know I do.
Do you think I don't run into roadblocks?
Yeah, you probably do.
No, it's just that I don't allow it to control me. Yeah. And as much as I would want to do that, I know that that's not appropriate, especially as a man. I don't have the affordability to say, oh, let me just fucking go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and do it again. Maybe if I was like some fucking multi-million-dollar celebrity that didn't have any responsibilities and I was in between movie roles and shit, yeah, probably. But I don't have that affordability now, so I don't allow that shit to control me. If I break it, I'm going to be pedantic here. I'm not trying to get on you, bro, so don't take it like that. But I'm not trying to be like, use your illustrations and try to, dissect them so pedantically.
For sure.
Like dropping of the glass and blah, blah, blah. But like, I understand what you're saying by mind control, the shit happening that you have no jurisdiction over. I get it. But there's a point where you have to say, those are obstacles, those are hurdles. Fuck it. That's life. As long as I'm still living and my family's living, I'm not going through some traumatic experience right now. Like, I have to keep pushing. I have to keep going, dude. And so I know what you're saying, and I'm not trying to dissect your shit pedantically here, but I also don't agree that you allow things like that to take you off for the day and wake up tomorrow. That's a woman way of being. That's a womanly way of being. Women have the affordability to do that shit. No?
No.
Yeah, it is, dude. Because
if the woman has kids and shit like that, she has to take care of the kids and stuff like that. She doesn't have the opportunity to do that.
Now you're bringing in other things.
I'm not bringing in other things.
Well, if a man has to go to work to support his family, he can't do that. He can't say, oh, I'm going to chalk this day up to a loss. He has to still go to work.
Right. And I'm not saying that, like, you don't go and do your daily activities, but sometimes you're just like, fuck, man, like, this is just going to be a shit day. It's all right.
I know, but you don't go to sleep is what I'm saying.
No, I don't. No, I don't clock out. But, like, if I'm having, like, I have the opportunity to do that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm, I have the opportunity where it's just like, oh, I'm just having a bad, like, nothing's going right today. Fuck. I'm just going to chalk this up to a bad day, and I'm going to watch the Lethal Weapons and fucking turn off my phone for a little bit and kind of get my mind right and my body right and all that stuff, right? I have the opportunity to do that, okay? Not many people have that opportunity to do that, okay? And that's, and that's okay because people have to support their lives, they have to support their families, they have to support the way that they live, and it's weird because you can't say that because you're a personal trainer and you have a business that you run and other endeavors and so on and so forth, but you can't say that every endeavor that you walk into that doesn't go right, it doesn't frustrate you sometimes and go, well, fuck, man, damn it, and then you just kind of just move forward. It's still probably on your mind somehow.
Sure.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't allow it to control me.
But you probably constantly think about it to a point. Like, how can I? Why the fuck?
Well, right, because I'm human.
Because that exactly.
But it doesn't control me.
That's still if you're still thinking about it.
It doesn't control my direction in life.
Still kind of controlling you a little bit.
I still do it no matter what. I still do the things no matter what, unless I can see clearly. Okay, this is a dead end, man. And I've started businesses where they've been dead ends. I've started T-shirt lines that they've been dead ends. Like it doesn't matter. But what matters is you try, and then what matters is you experience things, and what matters is you find out what works for you, and what doesn't work for you, and that's what matters. And maybe it's like you just mentioned that you have the you don't have the, I wouldn't say the affordability. You can take a day out if you want.
Yeah.
But well, multiple business owners can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they choose not to because they know if they take a day off, they're a day behind now. And that's not applicable to their future. That's not okay by their standards. So their standards are raised effectively because they don't allow that. And that's where I'm the same way. I could call all my clients out. My operation still runs. My facility still runs with all the other trainers that are facilitating in there. I don't do it because my standards are a certain level. And that's the thing that other people need to take into consideration. Maybe if you're at a standstill and an idle, maybe perhaps you need to raise your standards and heighten the bar so that you don't accept something that's below that.
The thing is, though, is a lot of people that battle fucking depression, and you don't fucking understand this, is that some people can't quite do that because of
You're an advocate for depressed people. I get it. And that's why I can see you're going to get emotional about this. So I'm just not going to go anywhere with it with you, because I'm not saying that if my parents died tomorrow, I wouldn't feel differently. However, that's something I cannot control. I'm just referring to all the little pieces that you can control in life. That's what I'm referring, like the glass breaking, or like you waking up on the wrong side of bed. I'm saying you can control those things and do not allow those things to dictate your movement in life. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. And I agree. Like, you can't allow those little things to, but
right.
When, some days, especially like for me around April time, like around April 1st, like, because that's the anniversary of my dad's death, like I get into a fucking mad depression mode, and I go visit him every year, and
sure,
and it's just like fuck, and a lot of times I was alone, for that shit, and that sucks, and
wait, alone to visit your dad?
Yeah.
You don't think that you would want it that way? To be alone with him?
Yeah. I think I'm the only one that actually goes and visits my dad, to be honest. And that's sad. It really is. But, my biological mother, she lives across the country, and my sister lives across the country now. And, but even when they were still living here, like, they didn't go and see him. And, like, they kind of, my dad was my fucking everything, dude. My dad was like how you describe your dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was the fucking man. My dad was the fucking man.
Well, he instilled good principles in you.
Yeah.
And you know what? Going back, I know you agree with me on those little things, that to not let them control you, because if that were not the case, you wouldn't be where you are in wrestling.
Correct.
So I know that you're on my side with that, or you're on the side of do not let the little shit control you, because if you did, you would have puttered out a long time ago with professional wrestling.
Over the weekend. Bro, over the weekend. It was such a long weekend. Fuck my life. I got layover after layover after layover. Just flight delay. I brought all my food spoiled.
Oh no,
bro.
You should.
And I was in, bro. When you're talking hillbilly town, this was a hillbilly hick town. One road in, brother. One road out. You know what I mean? Like, and it was hot as fuck.
What the thing that won't spoil are protein shakes and protein bars,
bro.
And that's like the best thing to have on a trip, man.
I had protein bars and Rice Krispie treats. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those things where it was just like, I was supposed to get into Texas at like 7:00. I got into Texas at 1 a.m. It's still hot as balls. Just absolutely hot. Then we drove 40 minutes to where I was staying at to the hotel. This is how old the hotel was. It had a key. Didn't have a card, an app. It had a legit key. You slipped in the door like you were walking into your own house, right? Boy, oh boy, the air conditioning was one that was in the window. Oh man, I wrestled. I hosted on Saturday. I hosted a seminar, and I went back to my hotel room and tried to get some sleep. Didn't work. And then went and wrestled Saturday night, and it was so hot in that building. They didn't have AC. They just had swamp coolers going, which doesn't really do fuck all, right? Just kind of moved around hot air. After I got done wrestling, I wrestled for like 20 fucking minutes. Just blown up. Just fucking just trying to just get air, right? Because it was so hot, right? I get to the back, and I feel like I'm going to throw up. Like I get this in my stomach, like I'm going to fucking hurl. Like I'm having like a heat stroke. You know, finally, like, I dump water on my head. Like I try to, there's like trying to just get as cold as possible, right? They take me to a place so I can go get something to eat, and I'm still burning up. I'm still hot. Like I'm still sweating, right? I get back to my hotel room, and like the first thing I do is like I'm gonna go take a cold shower to kind of cool off, try to get the oils off me, try to get everything, and then I have to get to the airport at like 6, and this is like 2 a.m. So I go and like I try to get some sleep. After I get out of the shower, I still can't cool down. My body is still hot. It's still warm. So I'm laying in this hot ass fucking room with the AC in the fucking window, and I can't get cold. I can't. So I get picked up to the airport. I get to the airport, and then I get on the airplane, and I remember the airplane taking off. I passed out because I had the air on top of the. You've flown before, right? Yeah. Yeah, you like the little air thing. Mm-hmm. I had my own row, so I put both the vents on me to cool me down. They woke me up saying, "Sir, we landed." I was fucking out, dude. But that was I didn't get a whole lot of sleep that whole trip. I think I'm maybe like, as of right now, I'm maybe on like 6 hours sleep in like 4 days. 7 hours sleep in 4 days. Yeah, man, pretty fucking tired. But here we are.
That's life, right?
You know, but yeah, I'll tell you something funny. I thought this was hilarious, right? We go into the place. It was like an after party bar thing, right? And that's the only place they were serving food because it was the only place that was open, right? And the promoter, it was one of their sponsors, right? So they're like, we're gonna keep the kitchen open for you guys. You guys want to come in? So he goes, I'm gonna go drop you off so you can get something to eat. And then I'm gonna go back to the venue and I have some shit I gotta do, and then I'll come pick you back up and then take you to your hotel. I was like, all right, cool. I'm sitting there and I walk in, right? The music's blaring super loud and there's no one in there. I hate that. I can't stand it, right? Because I can't hear anything. So I was like, can you guys serve food right now? Are you guys serving food right now? And she goes, yeah, for you, I will. I was like, sweet, cool. So I grab the menu, right? And I'm looking at the menu. And she goes, where are you from? And I was like, California, why? She's like, we've never seen you around here before. And I go, well, there was a wrestling show in town. She goes, and this was so funny. I go, yeah, there was a wrestling show in town. I just got done wrestling. I just come in and get something to eat. She goes, there was a wrestling show in town? I go, yeah. And like I look to my right and I'm on the poster there. I look at the front door, I'm on the poster. I look to my left, I'm on the poster. I'm on the poster by the bathroom. I'm like, I'm posted all around this fucking bar, right? And I go, yeah, there was. And I look and she kind of looks and then she sees me on the flyer. She goes, I am such an asshole. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm not too worried about it. I thought it was fucking hilarious. So, yeah. Then a bunch of bikers rolled in and I was like, it's time to go. You know, because I guess in Texas is a thing where they'll challenge the biggest guy in the bar just to see how tough they are. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to eat and go back to my hotel room. I don't want to fight nobody. So.
Biker gangs.
Biker boys.
So what else?
I left yesterday. Went and filmed television yesterday. Sold out crowd at the Irvine Improv. And I got back today. Oh, I got pulled over today.
For?
Oh, I was speeding. Brother, I was going fast. And right in between Napomo and Santa Maria, you got that little bend right there, and the cop always sits right there. And I fucking know it. I know he does. He's trying to get past this fucking car that was going like 60 miles an hour in the fast lane. Finally get around them. Fucking past the highway patrol. I look down. I'm going 86 miles an hour. I just pull off the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was coming for me. He just moves up, gets behind me, turns his lights on, gets out, and I look at my rearview mirror. I go, why the fuck do I know this guy? I roll down my window. He walks up. And I knew the cop. I went to high school with him. Right? He was just at my high school class reunion. And he goes, I go, Mr. Banks. And he says my name, and I go, how you doing? He goes, good. Where you coming from? I was like, oh, man, I just got done filming television. I'm on my way home, And he's like, you know how fast you're going, dude? And I go, yeah, I do. That's why I just pulled over. And he goes, get home safe. Don't do it again. Yes, sir. He shook my hand, and he's like, get out of here. And I was like, sweet. He could have took me in. Like, that was like...
Took you in for what?
I think over 20, if you go over 20...
No, he wouldn't have took you in. Man, I've gotten speed tickets for 80.
Like 86, though?
Yeah, sure. It's not like you're going 100. It's not reckless driving at that point, I don't believe. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But they wouldn't take you in for that. They'd give you a ticket.
Yeah, he was like, he's like, you know what I clocked you at? And I was like, yeah, I know what you clocked me at, dude. I was going 86. He's like, yeah. He goes, slow down. I said, yes, sir. He goes, get out of here. So yeah, that happened at 8 o'clock this morning.
Well, good for you. No ticket.
Yeah, no ticket, man. Thankful. Other than that, man, it's 4th of July. Fireworks are going off.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about fireworks.
You're not going to do anything?
No.
Fuck it?
That's little kid shit.
Yeah?
I don't fuck with fireworks.
Yeah, you blow your hands off.
Well, not just that. I just don't care about them, man. But I don't care to watch them. I don't care about them. When you see one fireworks show, you've seen them all. I don't give a shit, man. Maybe if I was a veteran and I had actually fought for this country, I would care more. Yeah. But I'm not. So I don't care. I don't care about Independence Day. I don't care about fireworks. I was born in fucking independence. You know what I mean? I don't have any solid gratitude for it other than just this is what it is.
Do you stand when they do the national anthem?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, dude.
I was gonna get really angry at you. I was like, how dare you disrespect our country like that?
No, dude.
Take your ass to Canada.
I'm not fucking what's that motherfucker, Kaepernick?
Taking a knee.
Yeah.
He's still trying to get in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't get why you just wouldn't do it unless it's something you feel so strongly about. Like, I guess you're willing to die on that mountain. I don't get it.
Oh, it was Canada Day couple days ago. It was Canada Day, and then it's July 4th is today, and then what else we got coming up? Nothing big that I know of. I think that's it. Yeah, Father's Day. No, that's already happened, right?
Yeah.
Mother's Day already happened.
Yeah, and now it's all downhill. Right?
It's all downhill, dude.
Until Thanksgiving, right?
Fucking football season, brother.
I don't care about that either.
Yeah. It is. I've had one written.
No.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Jesus.
You gotta say the person's name, because for people listening that are not watching.
I apologize.
Jessica Gray says this is regarding the ticket. It is. I've had one write me a ticket for 80 to avoid the reckless driving. Okay, so I was wrong on that. It is. You're right. It is 80 for the reckless driving.
Yeah,
it's
20 miles 20 over. Yeah, for reckless.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I could have swore I've gone 80s. And they didn't say shit about it,
I knew I was caught too, though. That's the thing. I knew it too. I just pulled off. I was like, there's no reason for him to flip his lights on and come after me because I already knew I was caught.
I've done the same thing. Yeah, I've done the same thing, and they don't give a shit. They don't have mercy on you.
No,
not unless you know the person.
Yeah,
you know,
and
they don't
now
have
I
mercy.
just got very lucky. I knew the person. Very, very lucky I knew the person, or I would have gotten a fucking speeding ticket or a reckless driving ticket. Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure if you're black. For sure if you're white.
Okay.
For sure if you're white. For sure if you're black.
I'm gonna leave you with that one.
Isn't that right? That's
nah,
right, man.
I'm not fucking with that.
I've talked to countless black people, and that's how they say it.
I've talked to
And that's how they say it. They say
Countless.
for show.
Countless black.
And I've talked to also the wannabes, white guys that wanna be black guys, and they say for show too. But then the white people will say for sure, or they'll go for sure, like F-E-R,
for sure,
or F-U-R, sure.
For sure. I just realized I did something, and I'm really tired, and I'm sorry I did it. I did not press record. I just realized I didn't do that.
What the fuck? On Audacity?
No, Audacity's recording. Yeah, it's just on. We're live right now, so I just downloaded it.
I
Yeah.
see. So it's just not gonna record the live.
Yeah. I just realized I did that right now. I was like, why is there not a countdown on right now? And that's why, because it didn't happen.
So is the video still gonna pop up or no?
Yeah, it's still pop up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'll still be live.
It's
yeah.
just not gonna be the actual video.
It won't be in the archive.
Right.
I'm gonna have to download it and then put it in the archive.
Right.
Yeah, it's just more extra work for me.
Fuck
That's
it,
all
who
it is.
cares?
Yeah, fuck
Let
it.
go.
Who cares? Yeah, fuck it. Let it
Just
go.
one.
Let it
Just
go.
It's just one, dude.
It's just one, dude.
And we still have the live.
Yeah, we're live right now. See, that's why they're, you know.
Everybody's at the barbecue right now. That's why we don't have any.
Everybody's barbecuing, dude.
Patrons,
Dude, I
chiming
went
in.
down to Pismo real quick, and it is fucking a
Fuck
zoo
Pismo,
down there,
dude. Fuck
it's a
Pismo.
zoo down there right now, bro.
Pismo reminds me of Santa Monica, just dirty and fucking.
No.
Yeah, dirty and grimy.
I like Santa
Like
Monica.
Santa Monica, like the beach part of Santa Monica.
Venice Beach is
Yeah,
dope.
Venice. It's
Yeah.
fucking grimy. Last time I went there,
I love
reminds
Venice.
me of Pismo. Because it just gets annihilated from tourists. So it's just, and the city doesn't do much to clean it up and put money in the aspect of cleaning it up and maintaining it and shit. Not enough that it needs, not as much as it needs, at least.
They
Yeah,
shut
it's
that
just
slide
fucking
down.
Grimy. What slide?
So they have this. They had this slide on the pier, and people kept getting hurt on it because it's like super steep, and people would like it would.
Santa Monica Pier?
No, here in Pismo.
Oh.
Yeah, like when they
so well.
redid the pier in Pismo, right, and they put the Pismo sign up, right behind it on that playground right there, there's a big steep slide that goes down to the beach.
Oh, I'll tell you how much I go to Pismo. I didn't even know there was a fucking slide.
Yeah, and people would fucking constantly eat shit on it and fucking hurting themselves and like knocking themselves out. Yeah, so they shut it down. Yeah.
A bunch of idiots.
Bunch of fucking morons. Jeez. I'm gonna slide down a slide. Woo.
What an idiot.
Fucking idiot.
Might as well just jump off the fucking bridge, huh?
Yeah, right. Well, I know people have done it.
Idiots too.
Yeah, fucking idiots.
What are you doing? What are you doing jumping off the bridge, idiot?
I don't know. I would do it. I'm just thinking about it.
Dude.
Just thinking about it right now. Going towards the end of the pier and jumping in. I was like, yeah, I totally would do that. Yeah.
Just, I wouldn't do that. I stay fairly safe when it comes to shit like that.
I'm watching a new show right now. It's called Animal Kingdom. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a fucking like pretty hardcore show.
What do you mean?
Like a lot of sex, drugs, rock and roll. A lot of like extreme sports stuff. Like they climb this big ass fucking tower because they're like, what's the tallest thing we've jumped off into the water? And they're like 13-story balcony into the pool. They're like, let's beat that today. And like they're like, we're just waiting for these guys to go to lunch. And they like the crane guys went to lunch and they like climbed this fucking crane and jumped off. Like, but then they put these jobs together and they go and they like steal money and shit. It's like Point Break. You've seen Point Break?
No.
Fuck.
I'm not a big movie buff, dude.
it's like
I'd rather do things than watch things.
It's like Sons of Anarchy, but like with surfers. Kind of the best way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Sons of Anarchy with surfers. Yeah. And like Gemma, you ever seen Sons of Anarchy? No? All right. I'm just going to continue talking to myself over here.
Please.
Yeah.
You're good at that anyway.
Yeah, hey. But
except for in the beginning when I'm not here, you don't know how to talk to yourself.
I was actually doing fairly well before you walked in. Thank you very much.
My partner's late as always.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
Run the tape back.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back. I didn't.
My
You're
partner's late as always.
Nope, I did not.
That's why I said in the chat, yo, I'm here.
I did not say that. I did
Yes,
not
you
say
did.
that.
Run it back.
Run it back.
Oh, gosh.
Run it back. I did not say that.
Do you have a brain?
I do.
Well,
do you?
It doesn't work right.
Not
tell
when
you
it's this
that.
foggy right now. No, it's not.
Does not work right.
It's very foggy, but no, I do have a brain. If I only had a brain.
You're like the lion from Wizard of Oz? Does it have a brain? That he wants a brain or something? Is it the lion that wants a brain?
Is it?
Because the Tin Man wants a heart. Lion wants a brain, I think. Right?
No, Scarecrow.
Scarecrow wants a brain. You're right.
Yeah.
I think so.
What does a lion want?
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
The Wizard of Oz. That movie was a classic, dude.
Yeah, the Scarecrow wanted the brain. The Tin Man wanted the heart. The lion wanted the Witch in the Wardrobe.
Maybe he wanted
He wanted to fuck.
Oh,
He
lion wanted Jessica Gray. Says courage.
Courage. Oh,
That's right.
He wanted the courage to
yeah.
fuck Dorothy. That's what he wanted.
That's funny.
That's pretty funny.
Courage is a crazy thing because that accounts for a lot of your masculinity. Would you say so?
Yeah.
It accounts for a lot of you being a man in life, having courage to do things that you wouldn't otherwise do because your conscience is telling you, no, don't do that. That might be a threat, or that might not work out in your favor. You might fail at that. But you have courage to do shit, and a relentless courage to do things. I mean, you really find out a lot about yourself.
I agree. I'm not going to disagree. I don't think I can disagree.
That's an alpha quality. It's definitely
do you
not a beta
believe that
quality.
word's just so played out?
It's a mindset. It's not a word as much as it's a mindset.
I just feel like it's now so popular. Alpha. Alpha's so popular.
Because we
it's
have
like
to
alpha,
draw
alpha,
yeah, because
beta.
We have to draw a division between the weak and the strong. And it is that. It is a weak mindset and a strong mindset.
I just feel like it's just so like outplayed.
Sure, but so is any other word in the English dictionary. I mean, a lot of shit's played out, but it's something that also is triggering to people, which is the reason why they don't want to hear it no more. If you're on the side of strength, you don't care to not hear about it because you're on the side of strength.
I just don't give a fuck.
I'm not saying I put stock into it either, but I know what I am.
You know.
I know what I am.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And people that know they're betas don't like hearing about it.
I think the guy who like preaches the most about how alpha he is somewhat.
I never said I'm alpha. I said I'm not beta. And everything that I do in life is depictive of alpha. And everything that I believe in is depictive of alpha.
Was there any more people in the Wizard of Oz that wanted shit?
Was
there anything else more in the Wizard of Oz that wanted shit? Or were those the only three? I feel like there was something more. I don't know why my mind's stuck on that right now. I have no idea. I'm like, was there more characters? I feel like there was more characters. There's Dorothy. There was the witch. There was the lion. There was Scarecrow. And there was the Tin Man. Is there any more characters?
Nope.
Is there? No? Huh. I don't know why my mind's stuck on that right now. I know Dorothy wanted to go home because we're not in Kansas anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She clicked her heels together. Other than that, I don't remember anything else in the movie. Anyway.
You're tired. Let's close it up.
I'm exhausted. Yes, I'm going to eat and go to sleep. And then hopefully wake up tomorrow. Because if I do, it's going to be a good day.
Beauty and Brawn.
But happy 4th of July.